All right, hey Quants, coming at you with another video here. We are going to be diving into another AI benchmark test. Since Grok 4.6 came out, I was playing with that a little bit. It looks like it's a pretty good model. If you look at the AI benchmarks, it is really good there, and we're going to dig into that real quick, and then we'll jump into the benchmark tests that I have. I will say ahead of time that I didn't go through the older ones that I have, although I think those ones are a little bit more obvious to me in terms of I know what they were supposed to do, and so I can see if the model did fully complete the task. Maybe I'll go ahead and run through those in the past or in the future, but I don't want to. Originally, I was just I don't know. I've been having so much fun playing the games that the models have been creating when I tell them to do a little bit more than just recreate the base benchmarks that I have. I've just been doing that and kind of creating my own estimation of how it did that based on those models. And then of course I don't actually build a ton of video games anymore. Mostly I'm doing like typical application development, and as a result I get something out of it myself just using that. Although I do like the benchmarks just to give me an idea of like how well it's going to perform. So I might go ahead and do that. So this might end up being a little bit of a two-part series. The next one, if I do it, since they'll be the smaller versions, will be relatively simple and probably a short video. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So I want to show the benchmarks. There's a flashbang warning here on the display. Bam. This is the benchmarks that came out by artificial analysis, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time here burning everybody's eyes. I just want to mention that they put Grok 4.6 high right at the same level for general intelligence as 5.6 Sol on Max. And so let me go ahead and jump over to the next chart. CursorBench is the one that I prefer to use. They did mention, I believe, when they did 4.5, they didn't include 4.5 in their CursorBench because they were acquired by XAI, and they are the ones helping to create the Grok AI models. And they had mentioned or announced that for when they were doing the testing for 4.5, their benchmark had got bled into the model, and as a result, it ended up scoring off the charts compared to the other models. It wouldn't have really been a fair comparison, so they just left that out. But coming back to it now, I just want to highlight that curve that I mentioned. I like to be on that kind of outside of this curve because this is cost versus intelligence, and so you get more intelligence for cheaper cost. And in that sense, Grok 4.6 is looking super juicy. So we have basically a higher level of intelligence than any of the other models at a much cheaper cost. And that is what the cursor benchmark, again, if you go through and you look at the artificial analysis benchmarks, you'll see it doesn't score better than most of the models at anything. Here it is actually scoring better than pretty much every model when you set it at X high, and close to almost every model if you're just setting it high, and basically on par with your leading models right now or your frontier models right now if you're on medium. And the cost of it is is cheaper compared to the rest. I don't want to say significantly because it's based on the nominal value and how that's going to be relative to you. But point is, it is cheaper for more intelligence, which looks good. So I am going to be testing more code with this, so I'll have opinions about that as I tend to use it a little bit more. Mostly I've been using Fable 5 since they brought that back. And I don't use Opus 5. I did try it out, but I will, and I've seen a lot of people doing this. Opus 5 just kind of goes on down weird rabbit holes and ends up like making weird decisions on things. And so I'll use Fable 5 and tell it can direct Opus 5. Most of the time I tell it to just direct GPT 5.6 Sol. Or I'll be using Sol and I'll tell Sol to go ask Fable 5 how to do something, or to get an idea from them how to do it and then to implement it itself. And so I've kind of been using them in conjunction that way, but I'll be tying in Grok here a little bit. So anyways, let's get on to the benchmark. So As I mentioned, I didn't do the default ones, which would have been the Asteroid Engine and the Retro Cruiser, the base games. It takes a little bit of time to get some of these to run, and so with all the other stuff that I'm doing, sometimes I don't want to just tie up things just letting it run, which honestly is not that big of a deal because I could just do other tasks and I've got multiple machines. Actually, I'll probably do a video in the future on T3 code. Some of the new stuff that they put out is pretty solid, and that was one of the popular videos that I had, and so I'll probably do a little bit more of that because I've been having a lot of good results using T3 code and juggling across machines doing things that way. So anyways, let's get into the benchmarks for the ones that we did do. We have Cruiser Reloaded, and then we had Void Breaker. And so Cruiser Reloaded, I'm just showing here, I have Grok selected. The current default, if you do the CLI default, is 4.6. I should have just selected the model here because then it shows up in the solution. Otherwise, it just says it was the CLI default. Now I know it's 4.6. And so we're just going to go ahead and run this, and I did just validate that they were running, but I didn't actually play any of them, so we'll all be playing this for the first time. So if we go ahead over to Cruiser Reloaded, I launched it, like I said, so I noticed it's got this kind of weird artifact, the way the ship is spinning. That doesn't look great. How to fly. You are a wrecker on Debris Highway. Fly right into the storm. Shoot everything. Fuel never stops burning. After burner drinks it. Right? So that's kind of a weird way to say that you're burning it, I guess. But anyways, Juice lives in the red storm lane on the right. So, this is interesting. I'm curious what that's going to look like. Coast and you starve. Greed keeps the tank wet. Okay, so I think this is just telling you, like, I actually kind of like the way that they're using the language there. That's kind of interesting way they do that. It says arrows to flip, so let's try some of that, but for the other directions. But I do like the language here. It's a little bit, some of it might be a little bit kind of hard to read, but I kind of like the way that they're doing that. So kills, grazes, and afterburner charge, overdrive. Tiers, idle, warm ×2, hot ×3, redline ×5. I haven't really gone into this much detail reading the other things before as I am now, but I found that some of these things can give you a little bit more insight into the models, so that's why I'm kind of reading through these right now, and as I mentioned, it's the first time I did it, so we're just kind of doing this together, so I might continue to do that in the future. So higher drive, higher score, also a faster storm. Take a hit and the drive drops 2 tiers. A hot or above, tap E to dump. Okay, so we tap E to dump. Last time they were telling me to when I was playing one of the games, it told me to vent, and maybe it would have been the E key, and I just didn't see it there because I wasn't reading it. So maybe I'll play this a little bit better, or I'll forget when I start playing. Elites and crates drop chips. Rack holds 3, so you can hold 3 chips. That's interesting. If the rack is full, press 1, 2, 3 to swap. Every stretch, the weather changes. Read the banner. Every third stretch is a set piece. Survive it. Then fly into the 3 chips to refit mid-run. That's kind of interesting. There's a lot of stuff here that honestly, I'm not sure how that's going to be in play, and I don't even know that I'll understand it the first time we're playing it. So scrap becomes wreck marks at the end of a run. So you got to go all the way to the end of the run. I don't know that I've actually played many of these to the end of the run because I'll play them for a bit and then I just stop the video. And so I probably should spend. I found that the games have been quite fun, and so maybe I'll go back and play some of these other games, and then just come back and provide my opinion of all the different games that have been getting created. And that's one thing on the benchmark that I have all these solutions being written up into a database that I have access to, so that I can go back to them and play them again. And so maybe I'll do that. Daily Highway is the same seed for every one today. Metals, I skipped this, I think. Metals pay extra marks and bragging rights. Today's freight is a side bet. Complete it for a bonus. And then we go back. All right, so can I do escape to go back? Yep. How to fly records. There are no records here. First wreck, red line through the narrow. I like the way this is kind of written. It's pretty cool. Options, music. Okay, yeah, this is good. CRT. I'm kind of curious what the CRT is. Shake. Not sure what that is. I'm familiar with what all this other stuff would be. Escape. So WASD space fire shift down E Nova. All right, we'll see what that E is. I don't remember seeing that. How to fly. Did I look at the? I did. That was the whole directions. Okay, something's a little bit laggy here when I'm pushing the keys. I don't know if that's on my machine because it's a browser-based game, but I was pushing the keys too fast and it wasn't jumping. So let's go ahead and go to the launch. 80 marks. So again, yeah, we'd have to get to a run probably to like unlock these other ones. But what are these like weird? The way they did these animations are just wrong. I don't know. It just messed up the sprites, obviously. So, and then we have launch. So if I select this, it doesn't show me how to get down to that area. I probably could select it with my mouse, but I'm doing keyboard navigation and I don't see a way on the keys to select the daily highway unlock. If I click that, already in the day. Okay, daily highway. All right, let's go. Okay, so I see this red line thing over here they were talking about. So if I stay over here, does that keep me a little closer? Fuel. How's everything going here? Looks like my fuel scraps coming up. Overdrive. What if I do a Nova? Let's see what that does. Boom. All right, there's my Nova. So I get a little explosion. That's kind of cool. Getting some fuel here. Supernova. Boom. Freight. Oh, that was cool. Redlining, supernova. I don't see, doesn't look like things, yeah, I took a hit for sure. Didn't seem like things were burning down as much as I expected, so I can use the arrow keys as well. It just feels a little better to me, so I can shoot with my left hand and then dump override twice. Idle. Kind of curious. Warm, do. Wonder how much I can use that. Can I just keep doing that? No. I need to wait for it to be all the way up, right? Boom. Times 8. Times 3. So it's got to cool off. But I'm not really catching the cool off here. Gun it. You can see the weapon. I guess it doesn't matter. The shooting on the sprite there is backwards to me. I'm not, something else I didn't do is I'm not playing the sound here, but I don't think there's anything to show with the sound. So yeah, this is kind of fun. Bumped up my hole, making a little more progress this time. Boom. I don't know if I saved it that time. Ooh, did I get the life? There's my big weapon. Oh no. Got it, big weapon. Can we go for days? And then I lost. Okay, well, we'll probably cut it there. Let's see if I go over to the hangar that I get. Doesn't show fuel. Let's take a little spin back here and see if I get some records. So pop the core, red line, first rec. One thing, I don't know if it's because I didn't finish that game or the whole route, so maybe I don't get any marks for that, because that's one thing. 387 marks. So yeah, I should be able to unlock this, right? So if I do unlock already in the day, I'm confused. It says I have 387 marks, but it's not letting me unlock anything. Unlock this hole first. I should be able to, right? I have the unlock. There we go. And I could even unlock this. I had enough marks that I should be able to unlock this other one as well, right? So tab, move. Why is it not letting me move over? Oh, there we go. So some of the controls seem to be missing a little bit on the keyboard. I don't know why, but I should be able to unlock this one too. There we go. And I had to click that twice. So just gonna do Daily Highway real quick. I'm hearing some different music. I don't know. Everybody else can't hear that. Is it? I'm going to turn on the sound here. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn that off. I don't know if you guys were able to hear that, but I don't know what that means. But obviously it's not letting me do anything there, so I don't know what that's supposed to be. But let's go ahead and cut out of this one. I think we're done with this game. And then let's check out the other benchmark that Grok 4.6 did. So let's go to the void breaker here. So again, void breaker, this time I did make sure that I changed the model, so we make sure and get it in the solution. So I didn't stop the cruiser reloaded though one, right though. So let's go ahead and stop it. So that's stopped. And then let's go back to void breaker. And then if I launch void breaker, this one should go. We're gonna jump over there. I don't notice if there was a favicon on the other one, but so let's go ahead and check briefing. We'll go to the briefing. The job, the belt around dying is coming apart. Let's see how it handles. We got the same controls, mouse, click, space fires. Okay, that's the same as typical shift dashes, same as before. Q, overdrive. Once an amber bar fills, ram small rocks, fire hotter. Okay, so I don't remember if I've done the shift before. I don't know if I've tried the Q. Maybe I didn't read those fully last time. So that's kind of an interesting way the button looks there. Those graphics are kind of neat. Get greedy, multiple score. A hit wipes it unless you drafted a stabilizer. Avoid rifts. Pull everything in. Yep, like that. Cores. Amber orbs. And scrap expire. Dive the debris. Let's see. Dive the debris. Or leave money on the floor. Okay, so I'm not sure what dive the debris means, but crystal rocks, pay more, and throw shrapnel. Okay. The climb, waves, speed, splitter, seekers, mines, hunt saucers, leviathan every 5. Okay, so I think that's the end thing. We end up fighting a few of those. Scrap fills a surge each. Okay, understood. Let's go back. I'm not ready to launch just yet. That was the briefing. The hangar. So again, this time hole, crack. It's kind of cool. It's got like the different tiers there. The daily belt, the launch. Let's just go ahead and jump into the launch here. And then if I shift, but I can't keep shifting. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Now I'm remembering a little bit. What is this thing? Can I go in that? All right, it's collecting stuff. All right. So it does have music. I know I kind of turned that off. I got the heat down here. My screen is pretty large on this machine, so I wonder if that's might make it a little bit different. I see some up here, mute, overdrive. Yeah, so that stuff's there. Pick a module. I don't remember seeing this on the other ones. Phaser dash, lance rounds, hull plate. Let's do this. Oh, they launched a bullet at me and I killed it, so that's cool. I had my mouse off the screen there. It goes to show you how good I am at playing games. Totally awesome at this. So let's see if we collect these. Combo stabilizer, afterburner, top speed. Let's see if we can do that. Cool. Oh, you know what? This guy's going to come and try and get me. It's got a little bit of omni firing there. That's kind of cool. So this one looks like probably one of the better versions of this, I would say. I don't know what this does. Can I go touch it? Am I going to explode? Okay. I guess that's just like a tracking thing. If I get in it and then it just goes away. I don't know if I kind of making sense about what was happening there in the controls for it. I definitely can tell I'm flying a little bit faster now. So collect those. Rapid cycler, 30% fire rate. Ooh, watch heat, hull plate. Scrap flies to you. Let's do this much farther out. I like that idea with some of the other games that we played. So how much farther though? It's coming a little bit better. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's a lot of waves coming here. So, I mean, this game seems like the controls are a little bit different. What's overdrive? So you got to stay in here, I guess, and that kind of kills it. Siphon, rifts change faster and tug you less. Lance rounds. So I want to get this 2-2 and see what happens. Oh, I got more, and I just selected something. I don't even know what I selected because that happened too quick, and I was multi-clicking there. I'd like to, you know what I like to see is I'd like to see something where my bullets are not getting cut off so short. Because, I mean, you're kind of in space, and I wouldn't expect these to die out eventually. I just expect them to just keep going. Coolant loop. Ooh, I like that. Then you can really fly farther. So let's see how that works. Let's see if I can go get one of these now. That seemed like that gave me a lot of stuff doing that. I can definitely fill the pool here, though. It's like trying to throw you out, right? Scrap press. Needle soft lock, bolts bend toward nearby rocks. Oh, that's neat. Let's do that. That was probably, I see there was a +1 there, so I probably did that and was unintentional. Yeah, that's nice. So wave 2. All right, yeah, this one's kind of fun. So some of the other ones I don't know, maybe I just wasn't really focused on them too much, but I was just kind of checking out the results. But this one looks pretty cool. Coolant loop. If I get that coolant loop again, we'll be rocking and rolling. Rapid cycler 30. Let's increase our fire rate. Yeah, let's see if we can get in here again. Looks like that's kind of like one of the primary things. I see this asteroid over here. Looks like it's overheating, detonates, a shockwave. Oh, you know what? I haven't really even been doing that. Coolant loop. All right, let's max that out. Ooh, nice. Get all these. Blast rounds, kills, pop, hurt nearby rocks. Nice. 1 plasma bolt in a fan. The belt hates this. Ooh, I like both of these. We'll try this one. Afterburner, faster, combo stabilizer, combo, wiping it. Rifts change faster and tug you less. I haven't been having problems with that, so I want to keep doing these. Split stream. We get like multiple split streams. Combo stabilizer, whole plate, mag scoop. Let's see if we can do this one. And we're getting a lot here now. Afterburner, phase dash. You know, I haven't even been using my dash. This one was really cool though. So, and then if I do afterburner, overdrive. Wow. Now we're getting stuff. So I think we're just going to be able to get a whole bunch of stuff. So I like that it grabs farther out. So we'll do that. Afterburner, we're going to go a little faster. Kills pop. I want to try that. Scrap debris press. Rift siphon. Rifts change faster and tug you less. Might as well try that one now, I guess. Whole plate. Are we getting everything? Shorter dash, cooldown, longer. I haven't really been using it, but we'll get that. Phaser dash. Yeah, do the big booms. Phaser dash, rapid cycle. Yeah, I wanted to see more of that one. Rapid cycler. Okay, we're going to double up on that one. Whole plate, scrap press, combo stabilizer. Start getting some. We're getting all kinds of stuff here now. Whole plate. Go ahead and make ourselves somewhat invincible. Scrap press. Phaser dash. I will say the controls are kind of throwing me on this one because it's not what I would be used to, which is something I mentioned before. But man, those controls are sweet. Okay, this game is getting pretty fun now. So all that said, I would say Grok did a great job on this game. I don't know that I'm actually going to even die staying here like this. It looks like it's might be a little bit too simple in terms of not being super challenging, but I didn't use that enough. Not sure if I can get any combos here. Let's see if I can start getting some combos. Yeah, this is, might be getting a little mundane now. So I'm gonna give it I will say it's definitely a little bit more addicting. So kind of fun just blasting all this stuff now. But I might have to give it up here in a second just so I can be done and get back to doing some work. But starting to get the power ups, and that's a ton of fun. So I want to try one thing. I do want to try the shift thing here once I get close to something. See how that's working. Oh, I don't think I didn't hit it, so maybe I'll wait until I get one that I can hit. So getting in those is pretty easy. Getting all those, I don't know if I just have all the power-ups now and they're not even giving me any more power-ups or what. I don't know what this beeping thing is over here. I see this, but is it over? Not seeing any more enemies. 10 out of 10. Combos, scores. Is the game over? Might be done. Let's see, or maybe I need to get a certain number of riffs before it's done. Well, I think we're going to leave it here because I don't really see any more excitement going on. I might be missing something, but other than the ending, I would say here where I just feel like I'm kind of stalled and not doing anything. This is obviously not a fun part of the game. Grok did a really good job on making this game, and this one was pretty fun, more fun than I expected. So that'll be it for today, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace, Quants.